knows a little bit about left-wing governance in there. Dave Bossie, also head of Citizens United and deputy campaign manager for President Trump in the big victory 2016, and a New York Times bestselling author. Dave's wearing a lot of hats. Dave, thanks for being with us.
Oh, thanks for having me back, John. Appreciate it. Big day today.
Dave, how do we win here? All the polls showing we're losing, all the libtard media saying the race is over, Spamberger's going to win by 15, blah, blah, blah.
Well, these are the same, anti-American, Trump-hating mainstream media, Democrat talking point loyalists that said the same thing about Donald Trump just 1 year ago. Just 1 year ago. They said Donald Trump has no chance. Donald Trump's going to lose. Donald Trump can't win. He's a dictator. He's a hater. He's all of these things. You know what? The American people woke up on Election Day and in a historic way brought him back to the White House. So that's to say, John, that you and I both have been doing this a while, and we see what turnout is required, as you were saying, on Election Day. Historically, Republican candidates win the turnout the day of. The Democrats, because of their machine, especially with COVID, drop boxes, early voting, mail-in voting, all of those types of efforts that the Democrats run, they tend to be leading us in ballots. We don't know who people vote for, but in ballots going into Election Day. So I think Winsome Sears is on the trend upwards. We've seen the polling close. The Democrats talking point, mainstream media folks, they talk about the averages. When I was managing President Trump's campaign with Kellyanne Conway and Steve Bannon, we didn't talk about averages. We didn't care about the averages. We wanted to know what was the trend line to Election Day. And that's where Winsome Sears and the Attorney General have really been closing this gap. And I think and let me just say this, from a raw vote standpoint, if I'm not mistaken, Governor Youngkin only won by 60,000 votes statewide 4 years ago. Virginia is an incredibly light blue state now. Unfortunately, it is gone from a red to a blue state, and it makes it very difficult for Republicans to win because of what the Democrats have done statewide. So Winsome Sears has been in an uphill battle from the beginning. And also historically, let me just also say, when a Republican or Democrat, or either party, wins the presidency, historically, the next year, the Republican or Democrat candidate for governor wins. Meaning, 4 years ago, Joe Biden got in the White House. I won't say elected, but got in the White House, John, and Glenn Youngkin was elected. So it's historically the way Virginia does it. So Winsome Sears is up against it in many ways.
Well, listen, I mean, the headwinds certainly, if you look at that, I mean, the only time that trend line was broke was when Terry McAuliffe beat Cuccinelli in, I guess, 2015 or 2013.
And what was happening there, John?
Government shutdown. Major government
shutdown. And so, and let me just say this. This is the exciting part, John. For you and me to be sitting here this morning talking about the close races in Virginia, down to the wire in Virginia, we're also recognizing that New Jersey is down to the wire, that Prop 50 in California is close, that the mayor's race in New York City is up for grabs. Really, Mondami is going to be closer than anybody thinks today. Unfortunately, I do believe he wins. And the party of John F. Kennedy, of Robert F. Kennedy, of even Bill Clinton, the Democrat Party of those types of Democrats is gone. The Democrat Party of my parents and my grandparents, that party is gone now with Mondami's victory today, and really it's now the new Socialist Party of America. He is going to pivot from being the mayor to running for president, I think, virtually overnight. But back to my point is, for us to be talking about, in the midst of a 35-day government shutdown, that these races are close, that these races are down to the wire in deep blue states. These are not red states. These are not states that Republicans ought to be winning on a good year. This is a first-year presidency, historically tough for whoever's in office, but also that it's Donald Trump's common sense governance, that his speaking truth to power is what is making these races close. The American people have woken up from their slumber, and these races are incredibly close. I hope we clean the table and win them all. But obviously, John, you and I live in reality. We're not going to do that. But it is very close, and it's exciting in the midst of a historic government shutdown that Donald Trump has these races this close.
You know, I really hadn't considered that, Dave. That's why I so wanted you on today, and thanks for joining us. I know you're busy, but that is really astute analysis, because all these races are very close, win or lose, and the trend line says they ought to be blowouts, right? Government shutdown, trend line in Virginia, New Jersey, I think
just look at the vote, John, just look at the voter registration numbers. Just the voter registration numbers in and of themselves in New Jersey tell you that race ought not even be a conversation. And it is because of 1 year of, look, and by the way, Donald Trump came incredibly close in 2020, but very close. He lost by 4 points in New Jersey statewide. 4 points in New Jersey, in deep blue New Jersey. It is trending. And Chinarelli lost, by a couple of points his last campaign. So this is doable today, but it's all because of the common sense policies over the last year that the people in New Jersey are getting to see.
So the question is, where do we go from here, right?
Yeah, of course. Look, we have to turn out. Everybody listening to this show right now, if you haven't voted already, you better get your butt in line. You better get your family, your friends, and your neighbors. This is the future of the Commonwealth of Virginia at stake. As far as Winsome Sears is concerned, look, I kind of love Winsome Sears in the last couple of days talking about that her opponent calls herself a moderate. She's not. She is nowhere near a moderate. She is a radical leftist. Okay. And when I say radical, it is abortion on demand. It is boys in girls' locker rooms. It is everything. And economically, she is for increasing your taxes, increasing your spending. She is for, she has an open borders policy, even though she is an interior state. But this is her mentality. And so this radical person could become governor of Virginia. We cannot afford it. The Republicans in Virginia can't afford it. The independents can't afford it. And unfortunately, the Democrats, who suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, right? They hate Donald Trump more than they love our country, will put that first because they just have to. That's who they are. And that's what they've been trained over the last 10 years. Whatever Trump wants, they have to be against. Doesn't matter what the issue is, John.
Tell me about I know I've got Winsome here in a few minutes.
Oh, great.
So we're gonna bring her in, but let me just ask you this final thing. You mentioned Mondami's gonna win. I think we need a counterbalance to him. I think we need eventually in one of these urban centers a MAGA Mondami that takes capitalism as the answer, not socialism.
Sure.
But you mentioned he was going to run for president. Do you really believe that?
Oh, without question. If he gets elected, when he gets elected, if he gets elected, mayor of the largest city in America, the greatest city in the world, he is going to pivot immediately to be a national figure with his eyes on the 2028 nomination. Without question, if you are him, you absolutely are doing that. You already have the machine set. You have the template to win as a socialist. Make no bones about it. This is not a Democrat. I'm not saying he's going to win the nomination, but I'm saying he is going to have enormous power and sway, and he could be the nominee. And that's a good thing for the Republicans. That's a good thing for Donald Trump over the next 3 years. That's a good thing for the RNC to be building the voter registration rolls across the country. That's a good thing for the RNC to be building the roadmap for which the candidates, that highway system that the candidates then can be able to travel on. So it is incredible. Look, he will be the poster child for us. But let's not get past this. He needs to be defeated. And if people go to the polls, which they historically do, and you'll see erosion in Sliwa's vote today, because people go in and they don't want to waste their vote. Okay,
right.
So they're going to vote for. I think they're going to vote for Cuomo, and I think Mondami, if he wins, will win with the first time that he will not have a polarity. He will not get 50%.
Yeah, no way.
In the 40s, and that's meaningful.
Right.
That he doesn't win with a popular vote. So look, Winsome Sears must win in Virginia.
Right.
The Attorney General must be reelected. Common decency says so. Okay, it will say a lot about the people of Virginia if they vote for the Democrats. Winsome Sears is a historic candidate. She is an incredibly talented, dedicated mother, Marine, and lieutenant governor who has led Virginia out of tough times with Governor Youngkin. The people of Virginia deserve a leader like her. And the Attorney General is an incredible leader in the law enforcement community, making sure that the people of Virginia, first and foremost, are safe and secure. And so both of them need to be reelected. And that's the single most important thing that can come out of today, along with Jack Ciattarelli winning in New Jersey. Those are the two races that we can today have impact in. And please go out and vote. Get your family, get your friends, get your neighbors. Go out and make sure you vote today.
All right, Dave, we're going to have you on again at the end of the week here for your post and analysis.
I look forward to it.